Welcome to Scuba Diver and our Adventures in Aqaba series. We've teamed up with Aqaba Tourism, and over the next 5 weeks, we're going to be bringing you behind the scenes of this wonderful Middle Eastern destination, both above and below the waterline. Now remember, if you like what we're doing, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you don't miss out on any future installments, and let's get started. Welcome. So tell us who you are and tell us what you do.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you.
My name is Raja Ejuri. We are Sinai Divers Aqaba in Aqaba, Jordan, of course. We are located in the Movenpick Hotel Resort and Spa, which is in Tala Bay, which is around 15 kilometers south of Aqaba City. And our diving center is right on the beach, and right in front of us we have one of the nicest diving locations in Aqaba, which is called Kiwi Reef, one of the diving sites in Aqaba. And we have been in operation since 2009. We are also, of course, part of Sinai Divers Sharm el-Sheikh, Dahab, and Marsa Alam. And we offer boat diving here in Sinai Divers, and we offer shore diving, but the shore diving we only offer it from our house reef on Kiwi Reef. The rest of the diving, we only do boat diving. We have 3 boats that we use for our diving and snorkeling. The large one can go out for the day, or it's actually a mini liveaboard. So divers can go on that on Harmattan. It's called Harmattan 88. And they can spend do a mini liveaboard of 3 to 4 days within Aqaba waters, of course. And that's one part of the operation. For the divers that are only interested in doing 1 or 2 dives a day, we go out from the diving center and we go in our small boats, go to the diving sites that are actually quite close, they're not far. That's how we operate and do our diving.
What levels of divers can you cater for? I presume you can do complete beginner courses, and then do you do some higher level courses as well?
Yes, of course. We are an SSI instructor training facility. We have and we offer divers for beginners and all the way up to instructor trainer. And of course, we cater for also resort divers, divers that have been that come to Aqaba that haven't maybe, let's say, dived for 1 or 2 years, where they come in, they do refreshers, and they carry on with their diving.
Now, talking of the diving, tell us about some of the dive sites in Aqaba and what makes it so special.
Aqaba has quite a number of dive sites. So we have around 22 dive sites, and they are 95% of them are located within what we call the Aqaba Marine Park. And the Tala Bay, where we are, and the Movenpick is actually, we are also within the multi-use area of the Marine Park. The diving in Aqaba is, quite honestly, is for almost for everybody, because we dive 365 days a year. And Aqaba has temperate water, so the temperature is anywhere between 22 to 28 centigrade between summer and winter. And we have very little currents, so which is quite nice and excellent for beginners. And we also have areas or dive sites that become quite deep, very close to shore, which is also very attractive for the advanced and for the technical divers as well. Also, we have a lot of attractions within the Aqaba Marine Park. In addition to, of course, the coral reef that is in extremely good condition compared to the region, of course, around us. We have, in the past 5 years, there was some wrecks that have been added to the dive sites. So we have the first one that was, I think, was done 3 years ago. That was the C130, the Hercules C130, which is sitting in 15 meters of water. And last year, also another airplane was added, was scuttled on a dive site, but actually this dive site is outside the marine park, but it's closer to Aqaba, but it's also a fantastic dive site. The plane is sitting in between 15 and 28 meters of water. And of course, we have our most famous wreck here in Aqaba, which is called the Cedar Pride, which is an 85-meter cargo ship that was scuttled for diving as well in 1985. And of course, as well, last year, His Majesty King Abdullah initiated a dive site that has what we call the military or underwater military museum, where around 20, I think 24 or 26 military vehicles, including helicopters, tanks, has been placed in a very nice formation on a dive site that has not been visited much prior to scuttling all this equipment. And a new dive site has been created that is really, really quite nice.
You've got aeroplanes, you've got tanks and everything like that, which are unique because there aren't many places in the world where you can be diving on them. You already said the coral reefs are in pristine condition, which is another draw. But then obviously you've got some really fantastic marine life opportunities, big and small. Tell us about some of those.
True. Yes, that's very true. Aqaba has quite a lot to offer for divers. Dive sites are all accessible either from boat. Some are not accessible from shore, but all of them, of course, are accessible by boat. And it's easy diving I mean, the weather is always nice. There's not too much wind, so the sea is not rough at all. And like I mentioned, there's not much currents because, we are the end of the bay, of the Aqaba Bay, so there's not much current there. So it's quite attractive for divers.
Now, you have a really diverse range of marine life as well, from the tiny critters that photographers love to colourful marine fish. But you also have some of the bigger animals as well, don't you?
Yes, we are a frequent visitor to Aqaba waters is the whale shark. Actually, we spotted one 3 days ago, and this is the time of year where they come for after we have a plankton bloom around April, May, and then they start showing up, and it's. Every year, somebody spots 1 or 2 whale sharks. It's quite common. In addition, of course, I mean the pelagics. We don't have a big pelagics, but we do have the stingrays, and of course turtles are also there. They're quite common to see underwater.
So that kind of sums up the diving side of Aqaba and the draw there. So sum up what makes Aqaba such a great destination for tourists, do you think?
Aqaba is it's not a large city, but it is also located within the triangle of Wadi Ram and Petra. which is always a must visit for anybody coming diving. You should always, locate 1 or 2 days to visit Wadi Rum and Petra. Both destinations, both Petra and Wadi Rum, have quite a lot of to offer for tourists, and it's quite a very good experience for people to visit. Of course, Aqaba and Wadi Rum, spending the day in the desert, maybe go on a jeep ride, or go visit the archaeological sites in Petra, which are fantastic, and they are all quite close. I mean, it's an hour's drive, an hour and a half drive to either destination from Aqaba.
Sums up that Aqaba is a great destination for all divers and non-divers. So thank you very much for that. And remember to tune in for more adventures in Aqaba, when we'll be talking to more people who can explain what you can see in this wonderful place.